Hello, one and all. This is QR DIZZLE, and I'm your host, Paul Vincent Serini. I made it. This actually went down. I've had a hard time this evening. I'm going to get into that in a moment. But first, tonight on the program, my torn shower towel. What am I talking about? I'll tell you. 4 a.m. AI rabbit holes like I had this morning. The Mac Mini I ordered for local LLMs on its way in October. Bank phone tappers, kombucha bottle lies, and a full review of If Destruction Be Our Lot, Issue 2, with special Abraham Lincoln guitar theme because the comic has a robot Lincoln. The show is themed after Abraham Lincoln tonight. Do you see? This is themed after Abraham Lincoln. There I am playing with Abraham Lincoln playing the guitar. Isn't that cool? Did you know that happened? Did you like that intro? I did. I was going to play another. I got sidetracked. I had another animation I was going to load into this, but tonight was hell. About an hour and 15 minutes ago, my internet suddenly went out. No reason why. I don't know why. I hope it maintains right now. I called a fella on the phone for T-Mobile Fiber, and he reset my network, and it's working fine now. Maybe it fixed itself, but I unplugged it, plugged it back in. I did the basic troubleshooting, but it was so stressful because I was prepping things, and I was like I was saying, I was about to load that other video that I was going to play for you tonight, but I never got around to that. I couldn't even get things onto my computer because I usually use a feature called AirDrop, but that wasn't happening. But that was stressful for me because I was expecting to go live. I'm like, I feel like, oh, I'm way ahead of the curve. And it's extremely rare in my house when the internet goes out. So when it does, especially an hour and 15 minutes before showtime, that's extremely frustrating because I have an attitude like the show must go on. So I'm preparing in my head, like, what if it doesn't come back on? I'm thinking, well, at 7:30, I'm just going to do a recording and then post that afterwards. But thank goodness this guy got it back up and running. And then he's like, I'm going to call you back in a while. Can I call you back right? And then he's suggesting times like right in the middle of when I'm doing this. I'm like, no, you need to call me later. So later on when I'm passing out at 9:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, he's going to give me a call back and say, how's your internet working? And I hopefully will report to him that it's working just fine. Just fine, people. Yeah. Okay. I'm going on to the next topic. But that was frustrating. And I did just pray before I started because I was like a whole bundle of nerves. I want to do this for fun. And I have like, I totally understand when musicians and performers have stage fright because when I'm going out there live on the internet, I think, well, people might see this and I'm either going to be behaving foolishly or I might be out of it and I might be inarticulate on a given day. Some things you're just not great at on a given day. Some days I pick up the guitar and I play exceptionally well. And some days I pick it up and I stink butt. I stink butt that wasn't showered in the morning where my crevice was washed. Okay, I like the scatological humor. Bear with me. I do. So my shower towel. You're like, why your shower towel, Paul? It's this towel that was my grandmother in Italy, Nonna Concetta. For whatever reason, when I was little, she bestowed on us several towels, like beach towels, big, beautiful, flowery towels. For whatever reason, those are the gifts she would like to give us. When she would come over here to the United States, she'd give us towels. And even in Italy, I think she was giving us towels. So my shower towel is a towel from my grandmother, Nonna Concetta. Nonna Concetta. And that towel is a big, beautiful towel with a flower on it, but it's getting old. I think my grandmother passed away over 20 years ago, so it tells you a little bit how old my shower towel is. And so like when I finish my shower and I wrap it around my waist and I tuck it in around my waist, I lean over to dry the whole shower because I squeegee the whole shower down. And then I wipe it down with a towel, a separate towel, not my shower towel, because that would be gross, because it keeps it clean. And that's not the point. The point is that when I lean over, Now the towel splits right where my butt is. Like, you know how when you lean over in a tight pair of pants or jeans, sometimes they split open and all of a sudden your butt is visible? Well, now my butt is entirely visible through this towel. And I went to my mom's tonight at dinner and I said, Mom, I need a new towel. Do you have one? I thought my mom had a whole box of my grandmother's towels, but she doesn't have any of those anymore. So I was shocked to hear that. But in any case, my mom had a towel in her closet, a big green beach towel. And so I took that, I brought it home, and now my butt won't be showing. Like, if you saw me wrapped in my grandmother's towel that she gave me, you'd be like, your butt is showing. But now I have a new towel again. But the point I'm making is I'm sentimental because I know that towel was given to us by my grandmother a long time ago. And I've been using it for a long time. And now it's like it's run the course of its life. And my grandparents passed away, I want to say, almost 20 years ago, right around 20 years ago, give or take a year or something. And so that affected me. My shower towel, it's important to me, okay? Moving on from that, all right? The bell is like a segue. Sometimes I swear. Sometimes it's an explanation. Explanation? What is it? Exclamation. That's what not an explanation. It's an exclamation is what I meant to say. I'm a little bit out of it and weird because I woke up at 4 a.m. today and I had weird dreams. I'm not going to tell you what my dream was about because it was personal. It was not a nightmare, but it was personal and it got me thinking. It stirred my mind up right away. So I was up for a while and then I fell asleep again. Then I went out and did yard work, etc. And so I was up watching YouTube videos about AI. And one of them prompted me to, I dictated this whole long draft of what I wanted to say to AI today in order to set up an LLM, a local language model, on this new Mac Mini that I ordered. It's all this complicated stuff about how I'm trying to formulate a game plan. I'm not wasting time when it comes. I'm going to set it up and I'm going to, okay, these are my first steps I'm taking, and I'm making Grok the AI very well acquainted with where I am in terms of my skill and knowledge level with it. And I'm creating the game plan step by step to try this, and then like Grok is amazing. It's like you don't need a guitar teacher anymore because you have Grok. I mean, guitar teacher's better because you see a human being playing, but all the knowledge is there. So it's not even just guitar. It's whatever you want to ask Grok. It has so much intelligence that it's unbelievable. Even when my internet went out tonight, I go to the T-Mobile app and I can't reach anybody, do anything, and it doesn't even tell you how to reach anyone or anything. But I go to Grok and tell it my predicament and I say, I need to call someone to help me with my connection. And Grok has the answer. Grok has the number. I call the number. I get a guy who resets my internet right away. It's amazing all the answers that Grok has on demand. I ask Grok all these technical issues and Grok goes out and does all the searching. So when you go to Google, you have to sift through all this crap and stuff and search for it yourself. But when you ask Grok the question, Grok does all the searching and then it comes back with an answer. And it's very high reasoning. I mean, like I spent another like hour and a half this afternoon talking to Grok again about like, I want to wear this thing when I do my show that is basically recording the whole transcript of the show. And then right when I'm done, the transcript is going to be there. Then I give you the transcript and you write descriptions to the shows that I post on social media for me, like immediately right after. And I'm going through all these details with it about how to do it and automate it and make it as easy as possible. Like simplify the workflow. I am talking about AI a lot. I'm going to be basically documenting everything I do with AI to help make this show run better, to make my life run better, to pursue business ideas and have the AI models do a lot of the heavy lifting while I oversee what they're doing and training it to do it exactly the way that I want to do it. I'm actually riveted with all of it. There's so much more that I have to do. I can't wait to get that Mac Mini. I'm like dying to dive in. And there's like a long delivery time frame because these things are under such demand. They're building they're building a lot of data centers in the world, in my opinion, to surveil us, and I'm not happy about that, but that's not what I want to get into. So there's a supply crunch for memory and RAM, and Apple just raised their prices. And so it's not easy to get the one you need right away. Like I ordered like the top tier one because I'm not some jive turkey, you know what I'm saying? I want to like maximize my potential with this stuff. And I like doing that. I like aspiring to do the very best I can with it. And so I went to the Apple store, and my mom was there with me, and I ordered like this top tier with maximum RAM and an M4 processor, an M4 Ultra Pro processor with the higher cycles and whatever you call it. I don't remember what they're called now. The neural network is bigger and better on it. And I just, because I've asked, I can't go through everything I've asked AI. I will be wasting too much time here. We're 12 minutes in, and I do have to move on. But I'll tell you that I was standing at the bank today, starting a new topic. I'm sure I'll come back to AI at some point. Standing at the bank today, waiting in line for a ridiculous amount of time, and I'm thinking, it's 9:30 in the morning. What takes you guys so long to do transactions? Why don't you have more tellers? They only have 2 tellers helping out, and there's like a long line of people, and you have to literally wait there like 15, 20 minutes in line before they get to you. But anyway, that's not my point. While I'm waiting in line, I make it a point not to use my phone. And so I took my phone out just to put it on airplane mode because I don't want the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth and all of that to radiate my junk in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? That stuff worries me. So I like to turn it off when I play pinball and put my phone in my pocket too. For real, not joking. And so I do that. I turn it off, and then I hear someone else behind me, this young woman, like, clickety tap 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 tap. You know how people don't turn the sound off on their phone of when they're typing into it, and so it's got this little tap 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 sound. I should have taken that sound effect and put it in. I definitely thought about doing that, but the phone goes tap tap tap, and it's really annoying. You know the sound effect I'm talking about, right? I don't know why people don't turn that off, because when you're in public, other people don't want to hear your tap 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 tap, honey. And so, and I don't mind that you're on your phone necessarily while we're waiting in line. It's that you don't turn off the tap, 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 tap. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't watch videos in public where all of a sudden they're just blaring and everyone can hear my phone blaring the audio of whatever video I'm watching. I don't do that in public. But she was. And so I thought, this is one of those things that I'm just like, yeah, I want to talk about this. This is a human thing I see out in public, the way people use their phones, and their phones make noise, and it's rude and it's annoying, and that woman's doing it. So I want to talk about this. So I take my phone out and I type it into my phone, into my notes, my format right here that I prepared to do this show tonight. That's how my mind works. But there's no tippity tap sound. There's no tippity tap sound. And that's really all I have to say. But you should turn the sound off on your phone when you're in public. If you have headphones or if you have earbuds, fine. Then people don't have to listen to it and it's not annoying. But when someone actually has to listen to the audio on your phone, that's just creepy, weird, and silly. Don't do that. Moving on now from that particular topic. The lies on my kombucha bottle. I drank this bottle of kombucha right here during my flagship show, podcast, TV show this week, Quantum Recall, which you should check out. It's on Thursdays, 12:30 Mountain Standard Time, 12:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, streaming on X, Rumble, and YouTube. And you should check it out. Soon to be streaming on Facebook, I hope. So this is Synergy, the real kombucha. And you know what the problem with this kombucha is? Let me tell you. They tell you an outright lie on here. Let me do something real quick. I want to open this up for you so you can see it. I'm going to open it like so. Whoa. And I'm going to come over here like this. And we're going to zoom that up. Or no, I think I will just go to YouTube video like this. That is the sharing of the screen right there. And I don't think this will zoom. No, it doesn't zoom the way I thought it would. Made with 100% pure love. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come back out here to my cam, And we're going to come zoom into it properly so you can see it right here properly. You see where that says made with 100% pure love? That's a lie! Dagnab you! I didn't want to say damn you. So I said dagnab you. It's a lie. You know why? I know they don't mean literally love. How could it literally be made with 100% love? There's 12 grams of sugar in here, 12 grams of carbohydrates, 3 grams of added sugar, 50 calories. Are you saying every one of those 50 calories is love? I'm just saying it's misleading when you say that. Made with 100% pure love. What does that mean? It says there's alcohol in here too. Does that mean you love people? This could trigger alcoholics. That means you love people? Come on, people. That's not cool. Per bottle at time of bottling, probiotics, basilicus coagulans. What? 1 billion organisms. That's pure love? It's bacteria. You call it probiotics, but it's not. It's bacteria. And you don't say bacteria per se because bacteria could be bad. But you say pro, like as in pro on the positive side, right? But I guess that means you're trying to at least propagandize that this is love. Made with 100% pure love. Do not shake. Swirl gently. I learned that lesson the week prior. Store upright. Please note, kombucha is fermented tea that has naturally occurring alcohol. Do not consume if you are avoiding alcohol due to pregnancy, allergies, sensitivities, or religious beliefs. I mean, you really got to be a Puritan if you think the quantity of alcohol in here is like sinful, because they say that, but I've never gotten drunk on this stuff. Words of enlightenment. The past is in your heart. The future is in your head. And the current moment is in your hands. Well, isn't that quaint? Isn't that profound? Thank you. I will keep drinking this particular flavor, elderberry juniper. I just was like in my kitchen today. It's another one of those things. And I was like, what? Doggone it. Are you serious? Like 100% love? I mean, I'm not supposed to take that literally. They just mean it in like a nice marketing kind of way. But there's 12 grams of carbohydrates in here. All carbohydrates, we need carbohydrates, but I don't believe carbohydrates are one-on-one with love. That's a false equivalency when you say that it is made with 100% pure love. That is rubbish. All right, we're done with that one. We're moving on with that one, and we're segueing in the same strange way that I was. Oh, yeah. Let me close out of this really quick for you. Like so. All right, back here. Is anyone even watching right now? Oh, 5 people. Please feel welcome, one of you 5, to comment. Say something to me. Right now, it's that time again. I'm going to review a comic book. And it's the inspiration for my t-shirt. You see this t-shirt with Abraham Lincoln playing guitar? Well, golly, Abraham Lincoln is the main character in this comic book. And for some reason, he's a robot. And he's in a world full of robots and dominated by robots. Robots that refuse to acknowledge the truth for some reason, that there are human beings still in the world. And at the end of the first issue, he was apprehended, Abraham Lincoln was, with his foul-mouthed buddy, the robot named Speed. Let me read my little hook here that I had drafted. Abe Lincoln's robot talk of humans getting him nabbed by robot cops. Abe Lincoln robots talk of human. Abe Lincoln's robot talk. Oh, God. I reworded it and it blows now. Abe Lincoln's robot talk of humans gets him nabbed by robot cops and dragged to the factory for maintenance. Torture, mind wiping, and worse. Stuck and marked for scrap, he needs help from a foul-mouthed, fast-talking robot named Speed if he wants any chance of escaping with his circuits and his obsession intact. There's a moment in there when he's about to die, and it reminded me of Toy Story a little bit. I think it was either Toy Story 2 or 3, when all the toys are like on a conveyor belt about to be burned and die. And so he's an interesting character, this Abe Lincoln, because he's kind of like acting as a robot, like Abe Lincoln would act, very noble, like he wants to do the right thing. And there's some kind of interesting metaphor about this, the way they flip robots in society being in charge, and they want to deny. It's almost like instead of Planet of the Apes, it's like Planet of the Robots. And the robots, like in Planet of the Apes, are in denial of their reality. I find that interesting. And I will reiterate how exquisite and awesome and ornate the illustration is in this. I really like the illustration, especially the shading and the dramatic effect of the shading that it has on the illustrations. Beautiful. I love it. And so this is one I'm definitely going to keep reading. I want to know where it goes. In fact, I have the 3rd issue for it in my other room, and I'm waiting for the 4th issue. I think it ends after 4 issues. Well worth my time, this one. And I got to commend them. They're doing a good job on this one. Something about the more independent comic books I like more than Marvel. I'm not a fan of Marvel. It's not that they've never done anything I've liked. They've done a lot of movies, certainly I've liked, but ever since they were picked up by Disney, and ever since the content of their movies has become more politically manipulative, I'm just not a fan of Marvel as much anymore. I don't like that they're owned by Disney. That's really my beef with them. And it's not that they don't have talented people working for them either. There's just that corporate motivation behind it. And what I like about independent comics specifically is that there are people who are less well known and they really want to make their mark. So they go above and beyond. It's like the difference, but let me liken it to a rock band. It's like the difference between Def Leppard in 1983 during Pyromania or High and Dry. You hear the magic in the fire and the hunger in the hearts and souls of those guys doing that. And then like now the music you hear, it's well produced, but you don't hear that burning desire to succeed. And so I feel like people doing independent comic books that are new and trying to make a name for themselves, they have some kind of more flavor. They're trying to put their heart and soul in it in a way that sometimes becomes devoid and undetectable in more corporate work. Like with Marvel stuff. I'm not a fan of all Marvel stuff. I did order today, though. Oh, here we go. Love this new show that's come out, which is a spin-off of The Big Bang Theory called Stewart Fails to Save the Universe. Love it. Brian Posehn is in it as one of the main characters. Stewart's love interest, I don't know her name, the actress, but I like her. And the dude who plays, the guy with the speech impediment. I can't remember his name right now, but I love what they're doing on there. Other characters from The Big Bang Theory have been making cameos, and the concepts, because they're going from universe to universe, multiverse, traveling between one and another. It's really imaginative and it's humorous in its own special way, and I'm loving it. I'm loving sort of revisiting those characters in this really wild new context. It's very special. I like that. It's kind of like Destruction Be Our Lot. That's like, and like Planet of the Apes, it's just you can let your imagination run wild. And so they just had San Diego Comic-Con last weekend, and I was like feeling sad because I wasn't there. Seeing other people doing it, I'm like, man, I got to get out there to do that. And so Stewart Fails to Save the Universe, that cast was there doing a lot of promotion, and they had a special one-off comic book that they were selling there, and I was like, oh no. And I want it. Want. I saw the announcement on Facebook, and the comment I put, I was just want. Superficial want. Want it. Materialistic want. Want it now. Gimme. Mine. For real. I saw that and I wanted it, so I went to eBay and I found one for a little bit of money. And I did not buy an autographed one. There are autographed ones available with the cast signing them, and that's really cool, but I was not going to spend 150 or 200 bucks. I have too many things I need to buy for myself doing this and my other show in there. including wardrobe. I have a wardrobe budget. I can't go spending it on autographed comic books. If I see them there and I have a comic book, I'll be like, please sign it. But so I bought a comic. I bought a copy of the Stuart Fails to Save the Universe comic book. And now I'm like, oh, yes, please come. I have something to live for. It's coming it's going to be shipped to me. And so it's on its way. My gosh, by golly, here we are at 26 minutes, 17 seconds. I practically feel like I made it through. And the stream is working. Does anyone want to send me a comment? Feel welcome. Now's your chance because I'm going to start wrapping it up like now. And I felt pretty good doing it after all. After all the circumstances of the week and the internet going out and being up early this morning, I have that neurotic energy again. So I just, and I have most of my prep done for the after doing the show, and I start going online and posting it. All that's ready to just like execute. And that's really cool because it means I can just go up, get in my shorts, hang out. And it's going to be 8 o'clock in 3 minutes. That's when I turn my AC on, is after 8 p.m. That's really cool. Go to visit quantumrecall.tv. Believe it or not, one of the things I'm going to do when I get my local language model going is I'm going to try to start doing some new website designs, and I'm going to try to redo my website to be poppin' and amazing and super original. So check that out. It's very basic right now, but I'm going to fill that sucker with content. Here we go. Check out this QR code. The other thing you can do is follow me on social media. Go to this QR code right here. It'll take you straight to the website, straight to the social media page. Follow my pinball page. Follow the QR DIZZLE page. Follow the Quantum Recall page. Other stuff and things on different social media networks. TikTok, Facebook, X, Rumble. It's all there. Whatever your preference is, go follow. I'm going to add more to that list. As always, watch Quantum Recall TV live Thursdays at 12:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, streaming on X, YouTube, and Rumble. Or maybe Little Bro Show, QR DIZZLE is a little more your style. QR DIZZLE streams live on the same social networks, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Saturday night. Here we are. Quantum Recall and QR DIZZLE are produced in Landia Colossus. You're looking at Landia Colossus. Please give some love to my new QR DIZZLE neon sign, which I bought. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Paul Vincent Serini, and I'm your host here. And I like to end these things very specifically by saying, peace be with you all.